It's a great day to be a penguin in Waco, Texas. Woo! So today is a momentous day for this community. Right behind me, we are going to open a world-class, state-of-the-art African black-footed penguin exhibit, and right behind you, we are going to open a black-footed cat experience, each with unique stories, each with important missions. To get this day started off, it is my honor and privilege to welcome to the podium Mayor Jim Holmes.
Get my notes out here. Thank you, Director Wiley. I appreciate you. I'm Jim Holmes, Mayor of Waco. Welcome everyone to Penguin Shores. Let's hear it for Penguin Shores. First of all, I want to recognize City Council members that are here today. Mayor Pro Tem Darius Ewing in the front row. Let's hear it for Darius. Right here, Alicia Rodriguez. Right here, Council member. Councilmember Josh Borderud, Pride of District 3. And finally, Andrea Bearfield, District 1. We're all here today to celebrate this great day. I also want to recognize my son is here with me today, Kennedy Holmes, right here in the second row. Can you raise your hand? Complete with his new haircut, getting ready to go back to school. He's very, public. It was pointed out to me that about 18 months ago, we did the groundbreaking of this on the coldest day of 2022. And here we are doing the ribbon cutting on the hottest day of 2024. So we like to deal with extremes here because we have an extremely great zoo. And that's my dad joke for this morning, Kennedy. Good one? Not that good. Okay. Before I get started with my comments, I do want to say, I want to mention a comment that I made in City Council about 3 or 4 years ago. During council, and the Waco Trib picked it up and quoted me on it. But we were in the middle of construction. We were in the throes of the pandemic and the cost overruns and some cost cutting and inflation and supply chain issues. And I did mention, I said, quote, I don't want to do too much cost cutting so that the final project ends up as one penguin standing next to a Yeti cooler. So that was picked up, and I just want to say the standard I set there was this Yeti cooler. So we've exceeded expectations. One more thing here. So, little penguin in here too. We're going to see the real thing here in a little bit, right? So we did. We set the bar low there, and I think we've exceeded expectations in every capacity. So we've ended up with a great project. There's been a lot of anticipation around this exhibit. The funding from several sources: the county, the bond that passed several years ago. I thank the citizens of McLennan County for that. The city leadership we had in shepherding this project. I want to point out Bradley Ford, our city manager, the best city manager in the States. Let's hear it for Bradley, not here today. Deidre Emerson, who is here today, our assistant city manager, led this project to completion over there. Dwayne Hills, a deputy director who served as director for a while. Derek Oltman, our facilities director, who kind of managed getting all this done. And I also want to recognize Johnny Binder, our former zoo director. Johnny, are you here today? Where is he? Somewhere right back there. Johnny Binder and Terry Cox both. Thanks for being part of this on the front end. The second group, and you'll hear from this group in a little bit, the county. I'll thank you for the Commissioner's Court. I see Jim there, and also Will Jones getting ready to speak to y'all in a second. And then most of all, as far as the donations and the funding of this, the Cameron Park Zoological and Botanical Society. This is a voluntary group that really, let's hear it. I mean, they've been a great partner, a great collaborator. Christian Hack, who you'll hear from here in a second, leads that project up, or leads that society up. Two people that we all worked with, super collaborative and great partners. Larry Janes, I don't know if Larry's here today, and Nancy Lacey with the society have been just instrumental in getting this project completed. I also want to recognize, I don't know if they're here today, they're Nell Hawkins and Debbie Sarton, who in a previous project, the Asian Forest, were very instrumental in getting this kind of project off the ground. Anyway, thank you for the passion, energy, and guidance of the Zoological Society. And then again, lastly, private donations. I want to single out FM and Gloria Young. Gloria Young's philanthropy and community commitment, outstanding. Let's hear it for Gloria Young, FM and Gloria Young. So this funding is in support of the creation of Penguin Shores, as we see here today, as well as the new education center and the veterinary hospital. That'll be completed in a couple of months here. You know, this zoo project will have a positive impact on the Waco community. I'm an investment banker. I'm a return on investment guy, an ROI type guy. And I think in order to have a vibrant and profitable zoo, we need these kind of fresh exhibits. And our last new exhibit was in 2009. That was the Asian Forest, which had a lot of energy back then. Still is a great exhibit over there. But the ROI is measured not only in dollars and cents, but it's also measured in quality of life. And I think this zoo that we have here today is a world-class zoo, internationally recognized, and this zoo is a great place for your family and friends to create happy memories together, and made even more special by the addition of this new exhibit. So thanks again for coming this morning, and should I introduce Will, or are you going to introduce?
Go for it.
I will introduce. I will take over the thing here if you let me. Our next speaker is my favorite county commissioner. He's my county commissioner, Will Jones. Come on up. I'll leave the penguin up there. Thanks, buddy.
You bet. Well, the mayor said everything that I wanted to say, so let me get my phone out really here. I have some notes. Brendan, you did miss the groundbreaking for this. True. And I made a comment about thin skin and being here. It does take a certain type of skin to endure this Texas heat and then the cold days that we might have one or two of. But luckily, we have penguins that like the warm weather also too, from what I understand. So that's I'm very excited about that. Cameron Park Zoo has been a special part of my family and my life. I have to mention the fact that I did lose my oldest son here one time at Miss Nellie's Pretty Place. It's amazing how quickly time starts flying by when your child suddenly just disappears and is found by the zoo staff in the parking lot. So thank you to the zoo staff for finding Grant. And then my youngest son, Reed, who is an Eagle Scout, did his Eagle project right over here he rehabbed the nature trail. And if you have a chance today, I would encourage y'all to go on the nature trail. It's nice and shaded. There's lots of natural beauty in there that you can see. It gives me great pleasure to have supported the bond package and the construction of the zoo. I want to thank the county officials that are here today. Jim Smith, Commissioner Precinct 1, Randy Riggs, our tax assessor collector, and our county administrator, Justin Chapman, who is also on the Zoo Commission. And they all do a great job, and we've been really proud to support this project, and will continue to support the Cameron Park Zoo from now on. The Cameron Park Zoo, to me, was the original tourist attraction. And it still is the original tourist attraction, the OG, as the kids would say. But let's not forget that one little black-footed cat back there, and let's try to find him a mate so that he won't be so lonely and will come out from underneath that rock. Thank you, and have a good day.
Commissioner, thank you so very much for not just your support, but your time here this morning. Now it's truly an honor for me to introduce both a friend and colleague, co-conspirator, the list could go on, president of the Cameron Park Zoological and Botanical Society, Christian Hack.
Thank you, Brendan. My wife told me I wasn't allowed to wing it today. Can you hear me now? Thank you all for being here today to celebrate the opening of the Gloria and FM Young Penguin Shores exhibit. We talked to Gloria this morning. She's not here, as noted, and she sent her best and was sad not to be here. But she did get to come last week and spend time with her family up here, and we celebrated with her. So I have the difficult task of thanking everybody who's donated, whether that's been time or money or something else. And I'm going to forget people, and so I ask your forgiveness in advance. I'd like to start by thanking our society staff for all their hard work. Thank you, Christy, Dwayne, Jessica, Rosie, anybody else I've missed. I'd also like to thank all of the city staff who work here at the zoo. You do a fantastic job, and you are our partners in this zoo. I was moving one of my daughters down to her apartment in Austin yesterday, and I was thinking about my remarks. And I moved here in 2003, and in a couple years later, I brought my then baby girls to the zoo, and we wandered in, and there was a big crowd of people. They had no idea what was going on, and they were opening the Brazos River exhibit that day. Never in a million years would I think that I would be here to open this fantastic exhibit 20 years later. I've been on this board for more than a decade, and for more than half of that, we have been working on this project in some form or fashion. We started working on this in earnest probably in 2018, maybe 2017. And Terry Cox, Johnny Binder, and Larry Janes, they led the charge on the bond from the society side. This project wouldn't have gotten done without them. I thank you all so much for what you've done. Johnny and Terry rode off into the sunset, and we wish you the best in retirement. But we all know this zoo would not be the jewel it is today without you. Thank you for everything. This project, like many other projects, has had adversity. We've had personnel changes, we've had COVID, we've had construction delays, including that time that the specially engineered glass was laying on a highway out in the west somewhere. So, but thanks to our fantastic contractors, Jacoby Brothers, I think Clint and Mike are here somewhere. Where are y'all? Thank you all so much for what you've done. You've done a fantastic job, and we couldn't have asked for anybody better. We couldn't have done anything without the partnership and support of the city and of the county. Thank you to our city council members, those are here and those who are not, Mayor Holmes, former Mayor Meek and Deaver, as well as Bradley Ford and everyone in the city manager's office. Thank you, Will, and all of the commissioners that are here today. And we can't thank Judge Felton enough for his leadership in this project. We're sorry he couldn't be with us today. Most importantly, we thank the voters of McLennan County for passing the bond that allowed us to do this. Without that, we wouldn't have this. If you look around the exhibit, you'll see various signs and monuments with names on them, acknowledging donors who have contributed to Penguin Shores. I'd like to take this opportunity to recognize a number of them now. Gloria Young and the late F.M. Young, Bob and Nicole Woodard, Lisa and Larry James, Janice Nemmer and the late Joe Nemmer, Adrian Schmidhauser and the late Carol Schmidhauser, Alice and Greg Ogden, Alice Starr and the late Judge Ken Starr, Christy and Stephen Holsey, Georgina Chandler in memory of her son James. I would also like to thank all of the individuals and businesses that participated in the Silver Anniversary and Penguin Palooza events. A special thanks to Baylor University and HEB. HEB sponsored the Penguin Encounter area over here where you'll be able to interact with the penguins, and it's dedicated in the honor of Ian Walker. Ian Walker was my friend and a board member. Ian loved this zoo. He passed far too early, but I am sure he is looking down on us today smiling. I would like to thank my board, past and present, and each of the presidents who preceded me and whose leadership got us to this point. A special thank you to our immediate past president, Nancy Lacey, for making my job easy this year. On another note, if you look around at the exhibits around here, you will find Nancy Lacey's name on every one. She has been here since the zoo started and prior to that. I encourage everyone here to become a member if you're not, to visit regularly and to attend one of our annual events. Brew at the Zoo is one of my favorite. Your support will help fund the Society's mission of promoting education and conservation initiatives and hopefully new exhibits in the near future. One final comment. Johnny and Terry, as noted, you were and are very important to the zoo community, and your presence is felt daily. That said, I want you to know that the future of the zoo is in great hands with my friend, Brendan. I am sure he will continue to work and preserve your legacy. Thank you all very much for being here today.
Thank you very much for those comments. So, I'm the last person. You got that to look forward to. All right. So penguins, right? There's just something about penguins. But there really is something about penguins. They're a critically endangered species, the South African penguin. This black-footed cat that's over here, his name is Smidgen. He's our affectionately known as our little ninja cat. And that's a story for a different day. But there's about 25 of them left in North America. So with this penguin exhibit, our goal is to inspire Texans and people that come here into the idea that they can make changes right here in Central Texas that will benefit these penguins in their wild homes. And with the black-footed cat, our goal is to be one of 5 zoos in North America striving and working towards saving this population under human care. And so that's the type of special initiative that this project represents. But there's a thing about conservation. It's not really a wildlife problem, it's a people problem. And 3 years from today, in this space where there's a lot of people this morning, 3 years from today, there will be 1 million people that have come through this space. And so if we can inspire just a little bit of hope in each one of those people, times 1 million, that's amazing work that a project like this can do. But projects like this are not just born by themselves. It takes people. And to the city of Waco, what an amazing job and an amazing vision. From the city manager's office, to the different department directors, to, I see one right back there, Derek, who was the continuity to really make this project turn out the way that it did today. Thank you. To McLennan County, represented by the Commissioner's Court, the commissioners that are here today, Dustin, your service, jointly with the city and the society, with the Zoo Commission, things like this just don't happen. It takes people. And when you can translate that to a vote of the electors of McLennan County to support a project like this, an organization like this, it's the people that make amazing things happen. And then we get to the Cameron Park Zoological and Botanical Society. What an amazing organization with such an amazing vision. People with the audacity, the nerve, the drive to get up and move a zoo to a park like this, and 31 years later, we're having a morning like this. What an amazing group of people. So somebody had to build it, right? Jacoby Brothers led a group of contractors, both locally and nationally, to make this thing happen. Groups of people came together to support and sponsor and make personal investments into this project to make it happen. This plaza that we're sitting in, soon there will be a plaque commemorating the donation of this plaza to Johnny Binder and Terry Cox for their service here. It's always the people that make it happen. It's the people that represent community that make something like this happen. And the last group of people that I would like to recognize. So I come to work at a place every day with an amazing group of people, combined of two different organizations, the society and the city, all with the purpose of making this zoo great for you. And if our team would just raise your hand, I see them kind of spread out throughout. Thank you for the amazing work that you do to represent the zoo, this community, the wildlife that lives here. So we're to that point. I would like to invite the ribbon cutters to come up. The ribbon is right behind me. I'm going to entrust the mayor with these scissors.